you've done so much, Carolyn, in this last 14. It's amazing. But one of the most important things, I think, which we were talking about before, is your story with the aromatase inhibitors and your story with the person, found Angela Brodie. So tell us a little bit about how you got there.
Well, after I wrote that article in Cure, I think it was in the April 2014 edition of Cure, I scratched my head and I thought, I'd really like to thank whoever invented the aromatase inhibitor. I didn't know who it was. I didn't know if it was a man or a woman. And quite frankly, I think that we lose sight of the fact, not that I'm ungrateful to pharmaceutical companies, but I think that by and large, we lose sight that it is individual people.
And their drive and their
that make
the thought,
that compound and have the insight and the education and the devotion and the dedication to make these things. So I thought I sure would like to meet whoever created this. And through my search, late at night, took me some weeks, I came across the name Angela Brodie. And it came on the screen that she had actually, so this is 2014, that she had actually worked on the aromatase inhibitor in the 1970s. So my immediate thought, frankly, was, oh, she's probably not even alive today or is retired or whatever. So I kept looking at the name and reading about her. And then I found a current website, a current email address at a current place where she was working. And it was at the University of Maryland School of Medicine. And it looked like an active email address.
So you just found the email address on just through your searching and through your researching and everything?
I found her profile on the, as a faculty member of the University of Maryland School of Medicine.
Amazing.
So I got all shaky and I said, "Dear Dr. Brodie, you don't know me, but you don't know me personally, but I just want to thank you because, you saved my life."
Did you think a lot about before writing that email? What were you kind of thinking? Did you just write it in one shot? Did you think about it and say, "Okay, I'm going to change it"? I mean, that's a lot to kind of
I just thought that I would send her a copy of the essay, and doctor, once you've had cancer, and once you feel like your life is limited, but then you bounce back knowing that you do, you keep on keeping on, you can do anything. Nothing is impossible. And I sat in that chair and thought, what's the worst that can happen? She won't get this, it'll get lost, I'll keep trying. Now I know that this person worked there, I can call an operator at the school, you just keep on trying.
That's amazing, Carolyn, because and this is like 12 years after.
And she answered the next day.
And what did she say? What was like saying, "Hey, I'm alive"?
My note to her said, I'm sending you a copy of an essay I wrote as but a small token of my appreciation for how can I ever repay you."
That's amazing.
And she wrote back and she said, "That wasn't an essay. That was pure poetry."
And did you get to meet Dr. Brodie? And then, just tell us.
And then I was like, "Oh my gosh." And he's like, I wrote back and I was like, "Oh my gosh." I said, "I can't believe it's you. It's so ironic that you're in Maryland. I'm from Maryland. I'm living in New England. And when can I come see you? I want to take you out to lunch. I want to bring you flowers." And she said, "I have a better idea." She said, "You come down to the University of Maryland School of Medicine, and I'll take you to the laboratory where I made the drug." And I said, "I'll be there in 1 week."
That's great. Did you? I mean, so when you went there, that has to be, did you get to go into the?
I sure did, and it was amazing. She was maybe all of 5'3" tall, and she's British. Beautiful accent, beautiful woman.
Did she offer you a cup of tea?
No, demure,
No tea?
and it was all about me. The most modest, kind, gregarious, and then she took me into the lab and introduced me to all her assistants, and she just said, hey guys, this is the woman who wrote the article in Cure, and they just all flipped out. And one woman, maybe 27 years old, said, this is so incredible. She said, you're the first live patient we've met in like 7 years. And that really got to me, doctor, because it was like, wait a minute, I'm the reason, you're the reason I'm alive, and yet you haven't had the opportunity to have someone like me come and thank you and show appreciation. What's wrong with this picture, you know? It was definitely a high point of my post-cancer life right there.
That's incredibly touching. I think for
this
being
is when I said I needed the tissue.
That's okay. You know, we can. You know, you know, being a physician, being a doctor, I can't tell you from this side how much it would have meant to her and her lab to, you know, to see you there and just to see you, you know, alive and that you really, you know, lot of times when these are statistics on saying, you know, you aromatase inhibitor, 15% more survival, things like that, but just to have an individual come and physically see someone who has, you know, who's benefited from the therapy, I think that's a great validation of their work. So I'm so glad that you went and did that. All I think my hair is standing up on my hands right now.
Well, I think that's yet another lesson, because it's like I think it just came naturally to me. I don't know why, and it's within the domain of everyone watching to go out. You know, one of my big messages is, you know, does it have to take a life-threatening illness to get out of your comfort zone and do something of this, you know, level to while you're on this earth? I mean, why? You know, cancer is the most ironic gift I've ever been given. It really changed the trajectory of my life. I don't know where it would have gone afterwards. You know, it's easy to say now that I know I've survived it, that, oh, it's a great gift. But on a serious note, I wouldn't change a thing, because the lessons it's taught me, the people I've met, the experiences I've had have been the most poignant, profound for me and the people I've come in contact with that any human could enjoy in a lifetime.